Hey guys, it's Dev here, and today I'm bringing you the first in a series of videos of my redesigns of the Johto starters. This is a current ongoing project that I have going on my Instagram that is currently on a short hiatus of this project, just because I have a lot that I have to get done so far. So please, follow me on DevyA6 at Instagram.com. But I will be going through the entire Johto region in my style, just because I suck at the official Pokemon style right now, and I'm trying to improve that. But I feel that drawing these in my style will just show me what I like to do and what makes sense to me, if that's tracking. Personally, I just really like how these came out, and I would just like to show them to you all today. So without further ado, let's get to the first design. So up first is Chikorita, and I'm gonna be completely honest, I actually really like OG Chikorita's design, but although this is a redesigned video, I see it more as my own reimagining of every Pokemon I'm going to be designing in the Johto region. Instead of saying, this is so bad I'm going to fix it, I'm just going to change things of the Pokemon to fit my own design sensibilities. Because I don't really hate any one Pokemon, but sometimes I feel like there are certain things that could make them more interesting, or maybe make them stand out more, akin to all 1,000 plus Pokemon that exist. So let's just get into Chikorita. So for Chikorita, I always loved its happy looking demeanor, and I didn't really want to change that per se, but I did want to let it vibe out just a little, so it's like cooling, enjoying life, so its eyes kind of give off that type of emotion, how it's not all ready and hyped up to go like original Chikorita, but instead just chilling, relaxing, just being in the moment, you know? Instead of the one leaf on its head, I decided to just make a flower crown type of deal, kind of, you know, to kind of go with that motif of just chilling. So it has a crown of just leaves that also mimic the phosphorus deficiency of normal flowers. Chikorita's flowers are purple, and through the line's progression, they will change color to reflect that phosphorus deficiency. Sorry about that. Also, the flower being purple itself is a reference to grass starters, at least the most recent ones, having more than just green on their body. For example, Chespin being mostly brown with just green and like the little hoodie part, and then Grookey having those orange accents on its body that also continued through the line of its evolutions, at least with Thwackey, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, that's exactly what I wanted to do here, and I feel like she came out very good. Here is Reimagined Chikorita. She's a lot more rounded and is just all around more chill and vibey than the original Chikorita. And I do have a dex entry on the side here, but honestly, it's not really too lore dense. I will be getting around to writing actual lore for my reimaginings, just because they are going to be pretty different from the original. I would say Chikorita is probably the closest. Feraligatr and Typhlosion are very different from their originals, but also very similar, if that makes sense. But guess you'll just have to see in the next few videos. So jumping straight into Bayleaf, I kind of just wanted to expand on my ideas for Chikorita by just making it bigger. I know, not very original, but the concept I'm looking at is essentially stemming from my thoughts on the original Chikorita line. Chikorita is green, and then when it evolves, it just turns to a bigger Chikorita, but it's literally just yellow. Why is it yellow? So I kind of wanted to add that into my concept for my reimagining and essentially make it kind of like a ripening fruit, like a mango or something like that. It's green. Chikorita is just this standard green color, if you can call it that, and it gets darker and then, you know, riper over time, kind of again like a fruit. So just incorporating more grass nature elements to that idea. On top of that, this line, again, if I didn't say it before, is supposed to be very smart in the lore that I should write. The line itself, they're very smart, and because Bayleaf is the middle evolution, it is the teenager. So she is very smug, as you can see in her expression, and she's so smug and she's so smart that instead of trying to fight you, she'll just try to fight you with logics and fact. Because there's no need if she can just make you cry because she's smarter than you. And she just thinks she's better than you in every single way imaginable.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich, Chef Ram.
She just makes me feel like a very Dumby guy. Just really, really stupid. Anyways, aside from her thinking that I'm stupid, this is Reimagined Bayleaf. The proportions are kind of the same as original Bayleaf, but this more has the story that I was mentioning before of the fruit ripening and the phosphorus deficiency happening on the leaves. The neck being longer, obviously implying that the tiny baby dinosaur is getting bigger into those long neck dinosaurs that I'm constantly forgetting the name of. This is definitely my favorite out of the three, and I just really enjoy the way I designed this mon. So let me know what you think about it down below. And jumping right into Meganium, essentially I just wanted to complete the through line of the small dinosaur turning into an even bigger dinosaur. I can understand how this can be kind of boring to some people, but it's the only thing that makes sense to me when coming to talk about the CHIKORITA line. It's just a big version of itself at the end of the day. One of the things that I wanted to change about Meganium from the original is that I never liked the antenna on its head. CHIKORITA starts with a leaf. Bayleaf gets a bigger leaf with a notch in it, and Meganium has two random yellow antennae. I don't know where that comes from. If you know, please let me know, but I don't know as of right now, and I just don't like it. It never made sense to me, and I just never enjoyed that fact of the design. I just felt like it kind of just threw it out. However, I do love the progression for the flower around its neck. It gets this gigantic flower starting from little seeds and then growing and growing. And I really enjoyed that, and I wanted to keep it in my own reimagining here. One thing that I wanted to also incorporate was a more fun looking personality. I hope that I conveyed it here, but one thing about this line is that I want it to show that it spreads joy by dancing around in its own little dinosaur way and just spreading joy to people around it. It doesn't have to be smug or anything like that. It is still smart, but it's not the annoying type of smart, if that makes sense. But yeah, one thing that I also wanted to mention is that the colors for this are again indicative of the ripening of the fruit. So it is a complete yellow now, instead of just being like yellow in the middle and then it turns green again. I again didn't really understand it, but again, this is my reimagining, so that's how I wanted to interpret it. And this is my reimagined Meganium. She's all yellow and she looks all happy, and it's just great. This Meganium definitely came out pretty good. I really enjoy the pose that I gave it. It just gives it a more dynamic look, so to speak, and it just looks great, in my opinion. I just really like it. I really like it. It's definitely I wouldn't say it's my favorite out of the trio that I designed, but it's definitely a top 3. But yeah, another change that I made to this Meganium, I guess lore-wise, without lore being written, is that it is a grass fairy type now. I wanted to give Johto all dual types because, in my opinion, dual type starters are just cooler. I know I'm gonna get disagreements, and that might be like a lukewarm take, so to speak, but I just very much prefer dual types for starters, at least in their final form. It just feels like a very missed opportunity not to do so. And since it was Johto and like only Venusaur and Kanto was grass poison. I just feel like making Meganium grass fairy, especially with the inspiration that I gave it here, is just a no-brainer for me specifically. But yeah, I very much enjoyed this design, and I hope you guys do too. So that was my reimagining of the Chikorita line. Please tell me what you thought about it in the comments below, and if you really liked this video, please drop a like, and if you would like, also subscribe. It really helps my channel out. I'm trying to get to at least 50 subscribers by the end of the year, as long as I keep my workflow up. The next video shouldn't be coming out too long after this, probably like a week or two so. And if you really like Fakemon, I have one Fakemon video on my channel right now, and that is the Spider-Man Fakemon video, which I very much enjoyed. Definitely going to continue to update that lore for them, at least in the coming months. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.